Noni Madueke forced off for England as Arsenal left with 7 injury worries. The Arsenal star was substituted during the first half of England's friendly with Uruguay. Arsenal have been dealt a major injury scare, and Noni Madueke was substituted during England's friendly with Uruguay. The Three Lions winger started the game for Thomas Tuchel's side, but was taken off in the 38th minute. The incident occurred 5 minutes earlier, having looked to drive into the Uruguay box from the right-hand flank. Madueke was clattered into by Rodrigo Aguirre, and there were half-hearted appeals for a foul, but the referee waved play on. The Arsenal star was down on the ground, receiving lengthy treatment before getting back to his feet and attempting to play on. However, despite his best efforts, he went down again a few minutes later and was replaced by West Ham's Jarrod Bowen. It's the latest in a string of injury blows from Mikel Arteta, with 6 players ruled out of the recent international break. Eberechiez, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel, William Saliba, Jurrien Timber and Martin Odegaard were all ruled out of their country's squads. It's unclear the extent of the injury, but Madueke appeared to be holding his face as he made his way off the pitch. The Gunners star had been given an opportunity to stake his claim ahead of the World Cup this summer in the United States. He was the only Arsenal star named in the starting sheet, with teammate Ben White named on the bench. The likes of Declan Rice and Bukayo, Saka, were not part of the squad to face Uruguay, with Tuchel taking a look at a plethora of different stars in the final warm-up game ahead of this summer's tournament. Arteta and Arsenal will be hoping the injury to Madueke is not too serious. He was able to walk off the pitch, but made his way straight down the tunnel. Arsenal were beaten by title rivals Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final prior to the international break, but are 9 points clear of Pep Guardiola's side in the Premier League. Timber, Odegaard and Ez all missed the cup final, with Arteta providing an injury update on the trio ahead of the game. On the former two players, he said, "They couldn't make it, so I think they will still be a couple of weeks. Let's see after the international break if we have anybody back." On Ez, Arteta said, "We have to do another scan in 6 or 7 days and wait and see the results. Is it a leg injury, his calf?" Arsenal will be sweating over the fitness of Noni Madueke after the winger was spotted wearing a brace following England's draw with Uruguay on Friday night. The winger was forced off in the first half of the game after coming out the worst of a heavy collision with striker Rodrigo Aguirre. Madueke tried to play on and receiving treatment, but went down off the ball moments later and called for the physios. He went straight down the tunnel holding his jaw off after being replaced by Jarrod Bowen. The extent of the 24-year-old's injury is as yet unknown, but it looks like it could be a serious one after he was spotted walking with a brace around his left leg when the squad were leaving the stadium. England were denied victory after Ben White's opener was cancelled out by a controversial penalty, which was scored by Fede Valverde in added time. Arsenal's Noni Madueke was seen sporting a knee brace after hobbling off the pitch during England's 1-1 draw against Uruguay on Friday. The 24-year-old was replaced just 38 minutes into the international friendly at Wembley Stadium, following an issue that emerged 5 minutes prior. Madueke tried to break into Uruguay's penalty box from the right flank, but was intercepted by Rodrigo Aguirre. The collision sparked tentative penalty claims, but the referee let play go on. He stayed on the field and received prolonged medical treatment before getting up and attempting to carry on. However, despite his grit, Madueke fell to the ground again moments later and was replaced by West Ham United's Jarrod Bowen. While the severity of Madueke's injury remains unclear, it adds another worrying for Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta. The Spanish coach has 6 players out of action during the current international break. Eberechiez, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel, William Saliba, Jurrien Timber and Martin Odegaard were all missing from their respective national teams. And now Madueke, who left Wembley on Friday evening with a knee brace, is another injury headache for the Gunners. Madueke was the only Arsenal player in Thomas Tuchel's starting 11 against Uruguay as the Three Lions gear up for this summer's World Cup finals in the United States, Mexico and Canada. Gunners teammate Ben White netted his first England goal from the bench, marking his first international appearance since 2022. Tuchel has commented on White's performance, with the defender also giving away a stoppage time penalty to gift Uruguay a late leveller. He said, "Too good to be true," when he got the winner, which was then not the winner. And in the end, he's maybe a bit too tough, too greedy in his defensive actions, but still, I don't think it's a penalty. It would have been nice to keep a clean sheet and take another win, but it won't change my opinion on them. Arsenal pair Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka were missing from Tuchel's squad against their South American rivals. The England manager chose to use the World Cup warm-up match to evaluate a range of different players,